trying to see if I can get the timing right and we still get everything done too.
Okay.
Because 12 houses actually it's not hard to do. Alright, so I think I have my screen recording too. Yeah. Okay,
I'm live on YouTube now.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go through your houses. I'm gonna start with your first house. You do have planets in your first house. The first house represents yourself. So it's all about you, the energy that you possess, what you exude out to people. And with that, your moon is in there. So your moon is gonna rule your emotions, how you dream, where your intuition is, where some of your hopes and fears are at as well. So let's see what your moon in Virgo is talking about. Your first house representing self. Message that Marq needs to understand and see if that is one of this time.
I'll show you.
Alright, so let's see. Let's see how this comes out.
Gratitude to the ancestors that are within me. You know how we hear, you know how we see. Seeking clear and honest messages, I share.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the cards. You don't mind. That way it's just separating my energy. So for your first house, about self, we have a look at poverty. That's what I'm looking at. What's been your emotions or something that you're feeling? What are you not feeling? Okay, and it's 37. So the number 3 and 7 is just fail. So lacking communication and emotion.
You said lacking communication and emotion?
That's what I'm seeing more so from poverty, not in, because I don't see it as a financial poverty for you.
Yeah, me neither.
So also,
I know that's why I give out funny, but like what I'm seeing is like because I'm now looking at the symbolism of it, also how it attaches to your first house. So it's about self. Maybe you're coming from or transitioning your communication of like feeling impoverished. You're just talking about you're working out.
Yeah. So how I interpret that is that from a young age I didn't have my expression was suppressed. So I'm learning to more freely express myself.
Right. That's a good way to look at it too, because at 3 and 7, 3 is usually the number of communication, 7 is emotions, spirituality. So it's also memories. It comes back down to that. So that's what those numbers represent when it comes to yourself as well.
Yeah.
So that's still that you're able to connect that. So spirit's talking.
So also, Moon in Virgo is to be analytical, detail oriented, to kind of be a perfectionist. Also to make sure you are delegating roles to others and expressing your emotions in the best possible way. So if there is some poverty, by the card that you pulled, it's because there is something that's disoriented, something not to the perfection that you would like it to be at. So whatever area where you feel like you need to work on more, whether emotional, whether delegating the roles to others, is what I feel the poverty card could be touching on.
Okay. I'm beginning to delegate more when it comes to my music career. So that's good.
Right.
And I am perfectionist and analytical.
And you're seeing yourself take control in that way.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so I look kind of like at the, like, as we keep going back and forth, you'll see kind of like what our flow comes to.
Okay.
Like the masculine, feminine flow of it.
Yeah.
So, okay, was that it for your interpretation?
Not really. Also to make sure whatever you value, trust your values. Trust that you can lead others, and don't be as self-critical as you know possibly are. I know we are our biggest critics, but you need to kind of take it easy on yourself with your criticism, because that could be the poverty thing as well, because I feel like whatever you decide the first time, you're right. But then when you start nitpicking at it, you're chiseling at the perfection of whatever it is. That's it.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any questions about that in your first house?
I do not.
Okay. I'm seeing you have a lot more planets in your fifth house. You have a stellium in your fifth house. So we'll get to that. Your fifth house is in regards to like your pleasure, things that you like. So I won't go through the rest of the house to see how they connect first. I'm just noticing that the four planets in that. All right. So for your second house, that's the house of possessions, things that you like to own, things that you might be seeing that you're getting in the future. Let's see, whether to like partnerships as well. So who you like take claim to, anything like that. So in that energy of your second house, you have no planets in your second house. I'll say that. Like my other one. Funny, we were talking about the number 5, and what pops up is 5, mature man. So in your second house, you're ruling that as your in that mature energy, like you're really like developing. You're seeing things, you're seeing like the world, and maturely, I don't know how you see. It seems like you're more open, like your spirituality and everything too. So you can have like this reading. And are you reading a lot of books and everything now too, or audio?
Not as much as I should, but I am.
That might be something you need to put into your possessions. This card could be saying that. Like there's like a bookshelf back there. There's like or maybe you can see the world travel a little more too. But those are all things that are gonna kind of like add to your repertoire, especially about like when you're writing. You're doing a lot more writing now. You have power in that, like for sure. Oh, at the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing unexpected income from that. Just doing that. That's 2 and 7 there. So like.
So the card that I pulled is the Queen of Swords in reverse, and it does coincide with the second house because it also has to do with how you again value your emotions. So don't be overly emotional in your decisions, and also be careful on how you are being influenced with these emotions. Don't be cold-hearted or cruel with your dealings with people. Be more civil in your networkings is what I'm getting from this Queen of Swords in reverse. And also to create like a spiritual vibe around you. So whatever it is that you're doing, you would want to, first start out maybe meditating or whatever it is that, centers yourself first, lock your energy, and then you can move from there and everything will align to you. Also too, when you flipped over that unexpected money card, the second house has to deal with the abundance and how you move with your material wealth as well as your spiritual wealth and combining those together. So I feel as though that once you have narrowed your mindset, but yet be open minded, narrowed your mindset to what your goals are, and be open-minded on how they can flow to you. You'll be able to move in whatever marketplace, algorithm, or what have you. It'll flow a lot easier for you once you know um, what your emotional standpoint is and how to deal with other people's emotional standpoint. Because again, this is material and spiritual, and those all involve your emotions and how you are valuing yourself as well as others.
Well, that must stuff. Alright, so that is not recording anymore. Let me check recording. Okay, all good. Alright, so on my phone now. So the third house. Did you have any questions about that one?
Nope.
No? Okay. Alright, so your third house, you only have one planet in there. That's going to be Pluto. Your Pluto is in Scorpio. So that's actually its home. It actually likes being there. It wasn't in retrograde. So transformation is huge in that energy. I wonder if it aspects anything. And what that means is like it'll come at a certain like angle, because that with that type of energy there, and the third house being of communication, that's where you would probably see the biggest shifts of your like how you interact with people, or even your environment. So let's see. Actually, I'm gonna see if there's a aspect in there real quick.
So while you're looking, make sure that you're tapping into your inquisitiveness. Whatever piques your interest, having Pluto in the third house will be your money making tools, will be your driving force. So like how we were talking the other day, all my ideas make money. So
Right.
make sure you note whatever ideas are popping into your head, just like how you guys were talking about the t-shirt and having merchandising. Write that down, copyright it, you know what I'm saying, and actually put it into action. So that's the Pluto part for you. Also, too, as you stated, being an analytical thinker. The more you think, the more money you can make, the more ideas you can put into fruition of your manifestations.
And I'm gonna give you your big power up, because I just read into it. So one, like I said, third house, Pluto, and Scorpio being exactly where it wants to. You have a sextile position of Mercury and Pluto. So that's a harmonious. Like when you think about the number 6, it's a very harmonious number. But this harmonious aspect gives people strong will and clear opinions. Their sphere of interest is quite broad, from magic and philosophy to mathematics and physics. They need active exchanges of ideas and experiences. This aspect has a similar effect as conjunctions, but not as strong. And these people tend to persuade others. So that's all in your communication. That's all that powerful like energy you have. If you continue to harness that and know that that's where you're at, like you can have the broad aspect of mind that you have with magic and philosophy, believing in like the readings and the other esoteric knowledge you probably have in your mind. So it's like, or just like world knowledge you have.
So the card that I pulled was the Ten of Wands, and it's in reverse, and it's the having it, I can do it all type energy, but yet not being burdened. So knowing not to struggle, knowing to dismiss certain energy, not feeling depressed or stressed or overwhelmed about the plate that you desire to have set for yourself. So just, keep the mindset of I can do it all. Whatever I set my mind to, I can do it and achieve it. And I feel like that, and these are also, this is like a fire sign card with the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So, once you get that flame under you, to do what you feel needed, you will be very successful. You just gotta ride the wave of the flame, I say.
Yeah, with that I'd say like be boiling, like let the energy of like those that transformative of communication, like let that boil. Like since you have a way to persuade people and be clear with your communication, when it comes to those moments where like somebody might pull on you about another opinion but you have a strong opinion sitting up, like go ahead and assert yourself. You're safe to, because you have that power to. Don't you obviously use it for the wrong reasons, but like you have the dreams and aspects of being an artist, a producer, engineer. You like push forward on that. I'm saying that for myself too. Yeah, the card that I had pulled and I was showing for you guys while she was talking was sudden wealth. And like, but on the flip side, it was that one time like kind of like despair and not feeling burdened. So while she was reading, it was kind of just confirming more so exactly that. Good job. Good energy. Wait, do you have any other messages on that one?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So, fourth house. Your fourth house is about family and home. Your fourth house, you only have your Lilith there. So, in this energy, and Lilith isn't a planet. It's like known as like the dark side of the moon. So it kind of gets that that energy of like excessiveness, things that you can kind of have to like look out for. That you automatically have your energy, but being aware of it is powerful. Okay. So Lilith, you have that in Sagittarius. So that might be the fire that, because that's a fire energy that she was talking about in communication. That that's what kind of like I'm seeing already from it. Let's see. And then I'm gonna pull a card for it. Okay, so it can mean that you're rejecting borders and laws, moving away from values. Faith and uselessness is the main topic of this position. These people have a great desire to learn the truth about things in the spiritual world, but they are often disappointed. It is difficult for them to believe in God. They are often atheists, or on the contrary, they become fanatical. Both is possible. They seek balance between spiritual and secular life. There may be even the resistance to the church. If you ever lie to these people, you will never get their trust again. It is necessary to speak with them openly from young age. How's that?
Spot on.
And a lot of people are afraid to face their Lilith.
Yeah.
So it's like when you face that, like even the other aspect with it being in your fourth house, the family and home, that's gonna be anxiety or uncertainty about this person's origin or family background. Their family life has to undergo challenges. Like those are like things that's that fire. But like if that's coming up under your communication, like because like I said, third house, fourth house, that's where we're going on. Yeah. So your third house was like all that sudden wealth and all that motivation into your ability to communicate very clear and powerful and persuade. You have to use that. Like your Lilith isn't going to let you not use it. So and for that one, yeah, your Lilith is not going to let you not use it. So the fourth house is saying toil and labor. Like while you're in this energy, you're bringing your dreams and everything forth. Like it's not going to let up. Someone's always going to be like, okay, I did this done, but just speak clearly, like on what you want. Things will go easy for you. Yeah.
So, for what I have for Sagittarius and Lilith is to be more carefree and adventurous with what you do, being open-minded and explore the world around you, build your tribe. So, this Lilith and Sagittarius and the fourth house is encouraging you to, build the people that you want around you, to build the tribe that you want, to be more adventurous in everything that you're doing. The card that I pulled for you is the Ace of Cups. which is water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios. It is in the upright. It's also love, compassion, seeking newness in whatever spirituality, marriage proposals, contracts, new life, new babies, new businesses. Because I don't feel as though, like, marriage proposal or babies just mean actual people. It can be like new business contracts, having new babies, that you consider asheo, new babies, like your projects. So, be open minded and exploring what new projects you want. And again, as I stated in the card before, don't be afraid to, put your foot down, be, emotionally assured on this is what I want to do, because once you do that, then everything else will flow right in like water, because this is a water card. So, trust the waves. Even if it happens to be rapids, with the toil and labor card is what I seen. Like sometimes it can be a little rocky water that you're in, and, your canoe can be, bouncing all over the place, but just hold steady to your goals, and, you will make, all your contracts, all your proposals, all your business, endeavors, worth the work.
Yeah, definitely. And that definitely connects to like the 3 and the 8. Well, obviously make that 8 plus 3 is 11. So going back into that third house, the sudden wealth was at 11. So you kind of pull them back together. And it's like it's just that toil and labor in order to get you there. Yeah, so she understands. And I like how you put that, like with the Ace of Cups too.
Right. It's kind of like a measure twice, cut once. So whatever work you're doing now, it'll alleviate you, in the future. Let's just say if you have to work now for 3 or 5 years, all the money that's going to come in from the work that you're doing will sustain you for the rest of your life. So, you work hard one time to not have to work for the rest of your life.
Alright, so going into your fifth house. Fifth house is pleasure. And that's the one that you have a stellium in. So you have a stellium in Mercury. So fifth house is in your Mercury, your Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. You also have it in your North Node as well. Jeez. And your fortune vertex.
I don't know what that means yet, but sure.
Yeah, I'll send you. Sorry, so you can see. And I'll circle them. And I was like, dang, yeah, that's a lot of energy in there. Like, so for, let's see, I won't go too far into it, but let's go ahead and pull a card for you, because your communication, whatever was, and that's all in Capricorn too. Your power has been on really standing on business. Like, and in an analytical, like, your earth energy is heavy. So, like, literally, being analytical, making your plans out. Seems like that's been, like, your power. Do you send a lot of messages out to people?
In what capacity?
Like, 1 or 4. Like, to get the groundwork done of what you need?
I don't think so. I tend to not want to ask for things.
Okay.
And that goes back to the previous house, to delegate. So that may be the poverty thing there too. You're not, delegating and telling people what you need. Asking, you shall receive, and it'll come to fruition for all the load not to be on you.
Man. And okay, so the reason I asked this was a message of concern popped up. So maybe you need to make more of those connections, send more of those messages out. That way you can see more direction in what's going on and what you want to see in it, what you're developing. So if it's your music, business, Like you have to kind of like take charge, take lead. You have the 1 and the 4 there, which adds up to 5. So you're going to take pleasure in pulling your communication the way you need to. So I feel like that's really what why it's so heavy in there. And if it's had to be something that was like if you were repressed when you were younger about it, you'd have to kind of like pull yourself up into that energy. The whole entire time that your planets and the energy was already giving you that. It's like, okay, you're gonna get this part of you. You're gonna find it pleasurable. That way, when you're doing it, everything is gonna flow with you the way the universe wants it to. There's a way to see it that way, the way God wants it to for you.
So also Capricorn in your 5th house means to pursue your creative endeavors, and also to not panic, to not have fear in any type of difficulty that may come your way. And I pulled the King of Pentacles out for you, which is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is to take the leadership role, to feel secure in whatever you're putting out there. So as the leader, you will have to send out those memos to people. You will have to, if that's not your comfort zone, you will have to be comfortably uncomfortable with designated and delegating tasks to other people, asking people, hey, do you have this or do you have that? Like, and let's go back to like the t-shirt thing. I'm not going to say I'm just sure that you don't have like a t-shirt printing press at home, but if you don't, you would need to delegate. I need 30 shirts or 100 shirts by, XYZ date. So you would have to be able to send those messages out and to feel comfortable and disciplined with doing it on a daily. So let's just say like how him and I talk about putting your content out daily in these platforms. One day away from putting your content out is like a week. A week without putting your content out is like a month. So you have to be disciplined in whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm pretty sure you already know that from the previous conversation that I won't speak of, that you asked not to be on record. But you have to apply that in the everything else. You have to apply the studiousness of, addressing, whether it is record executives or, who, if you're making the beats, you have to actually sit in the studio for however many days, hours, or whatever to get the exact beat that you want, to get the exact sound that you want until you feel as though it's perfected. So, also, this card speaks of generosity. So, not just abundance or business wise, but generosity. So, once you feel more comfortable with delegating in this manner, it's going to flow like a waterfall for you, to be able to, you be like, I didn't even know all these doors would be open and all these opportunities would come to me. So you just kind of like have to, like I said, be comfortably uncomfortable to get, to get the authority set within yourself, to have that perspective given out there, so therefore you can get that back. Whatever you give out, you receive. So once you give out that I'm stern, I'm disciplined, you will get more disciplined and stern people around you to assist you as well.
I'll show you to that. I mean, like we fit on that aspect, like with your way you're having to go about your music. Yeah, and because I'm seeing it as well in my own, it's like seeing how everybody has to run their own businesses and pull people together. It's just really, it's a lot of delegation that we have to put into it. It's a control, and sometimes we don't want that. So we get pulled away from it, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so in your 6th house, that's your health, and that's actually your sun sign. So it's actually gonna be an Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius in the 6th house. Let's see. All right, so you have Saturn that gives you peace of mind and concentration and persistence, while while Uranus is responsible for your restlessness, originality, and short temper. These characteristics rarely occur separately. Their character consists of their balanced mixture. And that's the way I see Aquarius as well. Also, they have a, with the sun, it's like kind of like that, I feel like it's like Sigma male energy. So, like, that's the main part of them.
What does that mean, Sigma male?
Like, they're able to, just like how they have that balance in the flow of their sign, of the symbolism of them.
Okay.
They can balance between that Saturn and Uranus energy. So, like, the peace of mind and concentration, and also, like, the restlessness, because you have so many thoughts going on in your head. Like, you're always on, like, an oscillating wave. So, you're able to, like, your brain is communicating a lot. And you just have to, like, balance that. So, it depends on, like, the other signs and, like, other planets on, like, whether that energy is, like, off balance or unfiltered, or, like, there's other ways to kind of tame it. Like, yeah. But in the sixth house, it creates people who have a desire to achieve success at work, and they have enough energy to achieve it. So, okay, let me go ahead and pull a card, because just based off of that, I feel like there's a message coming. Perhaps people certain specialization skills, dedicated workers, determined these people. So off top, it is also talking about your physical wellness, giving and receiving. So I changed the deck here, so we have Marq. I'm not sure if you know about the Egyptian goddesses and that what is that, Neteru?
Not enough yet. I got a book waiting for me to read it.
Here comes that mature man. But yeah, and this is a 10 card. So through like giving and receiving of you're doing this already, like within your health now, and I guess that's what has you feeling a lot more balanced. So if you keep that up, like you're doing exactly what you need. Do you eat bad at all?
Yeah, I think I have a balanced diet. I'm conscious about what I eat. Sometimes I'll splurge a little bit. I don't go crazy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at the okay, so you have a trine and Sun Mars. So like in the masculine energy of this, you have Sun trine Mars. So your sun sign is like in a aspect of a triangle with Mars. So it's a harmonious aspect and gives these people the desire to set objectives and the ability to reach their goals. Assertivity, energy, competitiveness, impatience, and readiness are all the typical manifestations of this aspect. Does that resonate at all? I feel like there's certainness of like what you have to put out there.
Yeah. I have to learn to specify exactly what I want and stay focused on that.
Right.
So what I have on the sixth house in Aquarius is to have a daily routine health regimen that is particular for you. And also with this, you may be able to create a community that will follow what you do. So if you put it out there that this is what I do,
Recording in progress.
I'm gonna hit that earlier.
if you put this out there that this is what I do, you will kind of be a trendsetter for kind of like a one size fits all type thing. So this could be a money making adventure as well to your health process. Also like whatever vitamins, I don't like the word medicine, but whatever vitamins or essentials that you're bringing into it will help to other people to want to kind of coattail you as well. So it will encourage you to stay on your mission, to be more disciplined. The card that I have for you is the Queen of Wands upright, which is having courage, independence, staying focused, and like a zest for life, having like that zeal or that joy. You are finding yourself you are finding your self-awareness and confidence as you are discovering your purpose. So it is easier for you to stay laser focused with optimism on whatever it is that you're focusing on. So like task at a time. So like let's just say for now it may be the workout. So once you get the workout down plan, or the meal plan down plan, then you do the workout, and people will notice that this is how we do this. You know what I mean? Because like let's just say, for example, there is a way to fast. First you go from solids to liquids to nothing or whatever it is, or smoothies, and then you go back the opposite way to regain. So whatever you're doing, people are going to pick up on it. So keep in mind that you may be a trendsetter, and that also, like I said before, this can bring you a bag as well. This is also fire energy with the Queen of Wands in the upright. So also I feel like you get joy from being healthy. So the joy that you give out will attract more joy to you, will attract more love to you, will attract more people that see just how you see. So then maybe you won't feel like you know how we feel like we're alone in the world because not everybody thinks how we think. But this will be, again, like I can't remember which card it was before, but bringing back into your tribe. So this will also help you build your tribe.
And touching on this, like I feel like I started pulling out more cards just to start seeing like where this message was going for the rest of the houses. And I'm seeing that like when we come to your seventh house, in partnerships and patterns, you've been in that area of like resistance when it comes to like that communication and like asserting yourself in the way that you needed to. And as like I just pulled out like pretty much the rest of the house, and I was like, let's see, where is this going? Because we keep getting the same message coming around on your houses now. Like, and I was like, we're not gonna keep doing this. So I feel like it has been that resistance, like to figure out where you're going now. Resistance to communication, even in your eighth house. I'm gonna come back to the planets, but I'm gonna give you your message so we can keep going. Because like in the eighth house is like sex, you have divine lineage, and this is coming back at the number 6, which was your health, which is like giving and receiving that you're doing. Coming back to what she was saying, like you find that joy in doing that. Now, as far as like your love life, are you married? You're married with kids, right?
No kids.
That's married.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all got some divine lineage coming from that. Like it's number 6 there.
And the card I pulled out previous was mentioning the baby as well. So, yeah.
There, look, Kali came up there. But yeah, and then in the ninth house, I feel like you, with that transition, you've been feeling a lot safer and a lot more like into that, a lot more grounded and into that energy. This is in your ninth house.
Okay.
So like, I feel like that's where she's been have you been making her feel safe?
Yeah, I mean, I think I do all the time. She says I do.
I guess Spirit is just like confirming that and just wanting you to say like, hey, I make my woman feel safe. That's a big
I make my woman feel safe.
Yeah, like I feel like I think that's something we as men probably have to say. Like the reason why I said also is because it was under the resistance card. So I'm feeling safe. She does feel safe. Just say it out loud so that energy's out there reverberate. Yeah. 10th house of social status is soul forgiveness. Are you, I would say you're probably kind of like communicating back to people, like getting back to people, maybe reconnecting with people like in the past or people that you may have felt like you dropped connections with.
Crazy story. Last 2 nights ago. Meanwhile, I'm in the city far away from home. I run into a person I went to school with in a place that they don't even live at. Crazy. Yeah, like how, yeah, like they don't even live in the same city, but
So-
they were there at the same time, like from my hometown.
So y'all both were out of town and you ran into each other randomly out of town. That is on
Yeah,
purpose.
that's a good connection. Thank goodness. Did y'all reconnect or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust nothing, everything is by coincidence. Trust that. And whatever bond you have with that person, it will be fruitful, I feel. Because like what, like they say there is nothing random. So like for you two to be from the same hometown and went to school together, and then you're both in a place that neither of you live or are from, and you just run into each other, I trust that. And I would see where that leads, whether, networking, business, or just having that friend, to talk to or be a sounding board or what have you.
Yeah, and like in your house of friendships, but what I'm getting is awakening. Right, it's EMAI energy. So, with the EMAI energy, I feel like it is like kind of like tapping back into maybe even some old connections that um, you may have like dropped or felt like you kind of like dropped, or maybe they fell off even. But it's time for you to kind of like wake them up, assert your energy into. I think this is what this whole entire piece is about, like literally asserting your energy to wake these people up. And be like, hey, I'm doing this. Like, whether you need a team or not, it's kind of like going forward with like your intuition has always been birthing these ideas, and if you wanted these certain people included, you just let them know, and hopefully they tap back in. And it's the reason why I'm also saying is because like soul forgiveness was that card for your social status. So you've been kind of like building that back up, or like running into people randomly. Like that's kind of the thing that can happen too. Like you and I kind of reconnected again, and it's on this.
Hey, that song I wrote is called Reconnect.
Yeah, bro.
Wow. Okay. The synchronicities 233 on the clock. Okay, one more time. So that's also 1:33 your time. So yeah, tap into 333 is like, or the double threes.
You can cut this out, but that's the address I'm at right now, 333.
Ashayo, okay. And I was just getting ready to say, like, 333 is divine ascension, is tapping into your higher nature, tapping into your soul self, recognizing what your soul craves and doing that. So the perfect part of you having that is saying, hey, your soul is calling, answer the call. Do what your soul is telling you to do. And by that being the address that you're at, it's like you're already living in the house that your soul wants to be in. You're at the address that your soul wants to be in to catapult you forward.
Yeah. And last card that I pulled for the 12th house, which is subconscious miracles. While you're talking about 333 and everything like that, I'm like, miracles pops out. Number 42 is eyes on. So like within you, waking these people up, talking to them, and reconnecting, it's like seemingly miracles are gonna pop up. And here we have, I'll go pull this out for confirmation, is worthiness. This is the number 14 where the message of concern had popped up, and I asked you like, hey, I've been sending out messages that are anything like that. You're worthy of getting these responses, or getting people moving and encouraged, or inserted to doing what you need them to do in order to get your projects going, man. Or at least get the ideas out there. That's how those miracles pop up. They send something back, like, okay, I got something for you.
Looking at that card, I'm seeing that you have two full pitchers that are filling up other people's cups. So it's kind of like, I know. It's kind of like one hand wash the other and they both wash the face. So, whatever you're doing, you're in alignment. So just keep it up. Even if you kind of feel uncomfortable doing it. You got this. That's what that card gives me. Like it's just like everything, all of those cups are like we're here to be filled by you and we're going to fill you back up as well.
Yeah.
Now, the cards that I pulled for you, the last three cards that I have, is the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse again. Which the Nine of Wands is having the courage, the wherewithal, feeling worthy. You might feel a little weary in your work, but you're never weary in well doing, I say, and don't have any resistance going toward doing your work. This is kind of like the last man standing card. Like after all the war is over and everybody else is dead, you're the last man standing. You've won the war. The Eight of Swords is more like negative thoughts. So any of those negative thoughts of like maybe this person won't like what I'm doing, you have to dismiss those immediately because again, as that worthiness card showed, you are worthy of what you want. And those that are aligned with you will align. And rejection is the best protection. So if this ain't fit for you, then maybe you're not supposed to be, in this tribe with us. Feeling like you are imprisoned within whatever you're doing, you have to dismiss that. Like I'm stuck here or whatever that is. And then with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is more, again, financial independence, work from home type things, or dealing with possibly being a little bit self-centered. You might have some jealousy and envious people around you, but that's also having discernment on maybe these are not the people that I need to work with. So I feel as though that has to also do with the message of concern card that he pulled. So, anybody that you feel suspicious around, those are not your people. These are the, um, people that are trying to tear down what you build up. So I would always be cautious of that. And again, sometimes it may not be the people around you, as the previous card shows, negative thoughts. You can be your own enemy sometimes. So you want to stay away from things that don't align with you. Even within yourself, you want to always uplift yourself, always uplift the people around you, create that security that you create for your wife with yourself and your own thoughts. So
Sirens go on.
I love the confirmation, okay, of the sirens going off. And also, if there's any feelings of isolation, I feel when we have feelings of isolation, that is me time, that is self time to be able to pull off whatever it is you need. Appreciate that quote unquote isolated feeling. That's that I get to sit with me without being disturbed by whatever else of the outside world. So that's the cards that, and to tap into what energy that is. The Nine of Wands is fire energy. The Eight of Swords is air energy, and again, the Queen of Pentacles is earth energy. So fire, air, and earth. And again, the previous cards was water. So you have all elements aligned. Go ahead and be Captain Planet.
Right. It was like, yeah, because like also in that 11th house, we were talking about like your friendships and reconnecting, and that soul forgiveness. That's the energy of Cancer going back into like your home. Like you want to feel like secure in that. Crab always feels secure in his shell. So that was in your, and it's in your it's retrograded. Chiron is the wounded healer. So you'll find a lot of healing and like your abundance coming through that message of concern, sending those messages out. That's in your power, because Cancer is also related to the Chariot card in tarot, which is a card of like moving forward and choosing direction. So you have that control.
I say, yo. But let's not forget too, the shell of the crab is its house. So to feel comfortable at home is the key. Wherever you go, make that your home. Wherever you are, there you are. No matter, you can't take you away from no matter where you go. So feel comfortable
I heard
within your
Moana.
own skin. Hmm?
I heard Moana for some reason. There you are.
Yeah.
You remember that? Y'all remember that part, right?
Yeah. I do.
So,
I
so
do. I love cartoons. But
and
yeah,
she's got the green tapestry behind her. I would look at that song because that popped out for some reason. Moana, something. There you are. It's like the last song she sings. Yeah.
let me see. Moana, there you are, last song. So where you are is what it's called. Yes.
Where you are?
Yes.
So it still might connect.
And that goes also too with a 333 address, where you are. So that does, play into part for connection for me on the information.
We'll cut that part out the video. That was a great connection.
Well, I mean, we don't know what street, so we didn't specify a street, so it's not like, for on my side.
Or the city.
Yeah, true. I didn't ask you any of that, but good purpose, good reasoning. Yeah, but yeah. All right, but this is the way for you to shine. Overall message of what I'm getting. The number 32. And this mumbo jumbo. I don't know if you have any clear audience. Where you kind of like hear things, or you might hear like a voice or something that kind of like just sparks something for you. But Mama Jumbo, they messed up her name.
Hold on, someone's knocking at my door.
Come and knock at my door.
Type stuff.
We've been waiting for you. We've got those things and things and three's company too.
Alright, so yeah, Mama Jumbo, they messed up her name. That's why we have Mumbo Jumbo. Yeah, you know who did that. But yeah, so like her message is to shine. But the reason why I say that Mumbo Jumbo, because I feel like our ancestors' spirit, they kind of like make fun of it. Like that's how they probably pass it along to us, is they make fun of it. So mumble rap, when all that started coming out and everything, I felt like people were able to have their own kind of like auto tune. They would hear whatever words they wanted to because they didn't understand what people were saying when mumble rap came out. So I feel like that was actually the power of Mama Jumbo coming out. Like, all right, so these people may not make sense, but they gonna be slurring their words, and these people make fun of me for this name. But it's just like, it's a way for us to hear, and clear audience kind of does that. Okay. So that might be something you can like look into. But overall, she's telling you to shine.
Shine. Mm-hmm. I have a song called Shine.
There you go, bro.
Reconnect to shine, okay?
Reconnect to shine. See, it's clear. Should be clear. Where's it at?
Where are we at in the flow of this? Like,
that was it for everything that I had for you. That's why I gave that overall card at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Hey, did you have anything else to add on there? I know you said you did your last three.
Oh no, I'm just here for the vibe. My cards, I've done it, and yeah, and connections, connecting the dots as I'm listening.
Okay. Great, thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. I know we went over our time, but this is all work in progress.
Yeah, so in alignment, I took some notes.
I appreciate you for doing that too. I did notice it. I was like, because I had to do that for some of my readings. I was like, if you don't, I feel like you don't really capture what you
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
There's no way you remember everything.
Also, too, this is being recorded on Frankie Styles YouTube, so I just used your first name as Marq, reading for Marq. So if you need to go back and check it out and re-listen to this almost hour, 55 minutes so far reading, you'll have everything that you need on here too.
Okay.
Alright. We're gonna make this go a lot faster, babe. I promise you.
I'm here for it. So, it's our working out the quirks in our business that we're building together. So, it's just
That's
the
cool.
beginning stages.
Yeah, sure, man.
Happy for you.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate
Thanks.
you.
So, like, are you and your own wife in any business right now? Just before I guess y'all have like business together?
No, we don't. I mean, she
Oh.
helps me. She's been playing a more active role